What's up, YouTube? My name is Dylan, and today I wanted to talk about the new Kid Cudi album, Entergalactic. If you guys aren't really familiar with Kid Cudi, recently, there's been a lot of beef with Kanye West, although Kanye West has just kind of been like feuding with everybody. He's been booed off stage at multiple like concert events that he's performed at, and honestly, after I was expecting something of a much higher quality after Man on the Moon 3, because that's got to be like one of my favorite albums of all time. It was like one of the first albums I like really listened to the day the album released. So I was expecting big things, but I feel like this album is very overproduced and commercialized. Like, I understand that it was released with a Netflix movie that he put out, but nonetheless, just the music is not up to the same par of Man on the Moon 1, 2, and 3. So let's get into the track list here. There, out of the 15 tracks that were on this album, I liked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I like 7 tracks. So like I said, it is a 15-track album, a total of 46 minutes long, with one bonus track, which is Burrow with Don Toliver, Steve Aoki, and Dot's a Genius, which I liked. There were the only artists featured on here are Ty Dolla $ign and Don Toliver, which is interesting because I would expect different collaborations, but, you know, I guess it is what it is. Honestly, I would have expected a Travis Scott collab on this album, but that just did not seem to happen. Although I believe that, I'm pretty sure Ty Dolla $ign, I think he's in the movie, like as a voice actor, so that would make sense why he's on here. I'm not sure if Don Toliver is or not. But regardless, there were a total of 7 tracks that I liked off this album out of the 15 that were put out. So yeah, the 7 tracks that I liked on this album are New Mode, Do What I Want, Willing to Trust, Maybe So, Can't Shake Her, Somewhere to Fly, and Burrow, which is the bonus track. Most of these songs that I liked had the features on them. Ty Dolla $ign is featured on Willing to Trust and Can't Shake Her, and Don Toliver is on Somewhere to Fly and Burrow. Overall, I think he's taken a more like, it has a more overproduced, but also kind of like an orchestral feel of it. He's definitely dove more into like the R&B type feel. Like, there's not any rapping on this album. It's pretty much just all singing. But I don't know. It feels like Kid Cudi kind of fell off. Like, he's not doing it the same as he was. And even like, what was it, 2-3 years ago, maybe, that Man on the Moon 3 came out. Like, that was a top quality Kid Cudi album. I'd say probably the second best in his discography behind Man on the Moon 1. And it's kind of disappointing to see what happened. Like, I don't know. I understand he's been going through some stuff lately, and his focus hasn't been entirely on making music, as opposed to, you know, doing a movie, doing all his concerts and feuding with Kanye constantly. So, I don't know. It's just a little bit disappointing. Overall, I wish that this album, you know, had better songs on it, because a lot of them are just like really kind of mellow. The hooks aren't great. There's not a very good melody. There's not really any replay value, especially with this album as a whole. I don't think that there is any replay value, which is, like I said, very disappointing, because I find myself going back and listening to the Man on the Moon trilogy quite often, and it's just not one I would go listen to a second time, to be honest with you guys. Well, maybe like 1 or 2 more times, just to get make sure I'm not like calling this a little bit too early. But overall, this album was just not it. This album released the same day that Soul Sold Separately did, so it wasn't like the first song I wanted to listen to, or the first album I wanted to listen to that came out that day. But no, it was the second thing that I wanted to hear after that release day. I believe that was the 30th of September. I could be wrong. That's like a while ago as of now. So, yeah, overall, I think that I'm going to have to give this album a 5 out of 10. Just generally, it was disappointing. Did not like it. And, I mean, it has those 7 songs that are like listenable. They're still not at all top tier Kid Cudi songs. Overall, just, like I said, a very disappointing album. I wouldn't say it's not worth a listen. Like, go listen to it, make your own conclusions about it. But I wouldn't. It's not something I'm going to be heavily bumping or listening to on at all frequent basis. Also, I mean, with him re-releasing his A Kid Named Cunny mixtape on streaming services as of late, that it kind of makes up for the low quality in this album, because at least we have something to listen to that's on streaming services. I personally have had the MP3 files put on my Apple Music for about like a year now, at least. So it's not exactly new music for me, but it's good to see him being able to like finally put that out there to the public, because that album is stacked to the max with great songs. It just had, I don't know, it's just like I feel like he's lost some of his originality in this album. It's just overproduced, commercial. It's just like Netflix, basically. It's Netflix music. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Sorry I wasn't able to put out a video last week. I just got kind of busy. I had work like almost every day, and when going to school and work, kind of things get a little bit crazy. So that's it, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.